signed your first professional deal with Burton Albion. It's the first question is always the obvious one, but how happy are you to have become a professional footballer?
Yeah, it's the dream I've been wanting to work towards since I was sort of 7 or 8 years old. So to actually get offered that deal is amazing.
I mean, talk to us about your journey sort of through the academy, when you came in, and how the academy has shaped you as a footballer and as a person.
Yeah, so I came in at sort of under 13s and loved it. So I got back to loving my football again, which is the thing that was missing when I got released from my other club. And yeah, since then just progressed with all the coaches. I think throughout the age groups, all the coaches have been brilliant. And then leading into the scholarship as well, it's been it's been a brilliant experience. And now hopefully hit pre-season, hit the ground running.
Absolutely. I mean, you 2 years with the professional development phase. It's been an interesting 2 years, hasn't it? Obviously, COVID hits, which can, I imagine, cause a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
But through that, the FA Youth Cup run, the EFL Youth Alliance Cup run last year, it's been quite the 2 years for you in the PDP.
It's been ups and downs. I think first year, obviously getting to the fifth round of the Youth Cup with the Stoke win, St Mary's win, the Villa Park experience. That's the highs of sort of the scholarship. The lows of the Youth Cup first round exit this year. But then also going on loan, which has been a brilliant experience. Captaining the under-18s, which has been a privilege, to be fair. And yeah, just mainly enjoying my football, which is the coaches drive it in the academy. They drive enjoying your football, getting something out of it, but like enjoying your football and expressing yourself in the best way. So yeah, it's been a very enjoyable 2 years.
Is that something you feel you've definitely taken forward? Because you look like you enjoy your football. You look like you enjoy being around the place as well.
Yeah, I just love football, to be honest. I'll go away and watch every game under the sun, and yeah, I just love being around the place, being in and about it, being around proper first team football. It's a bit surreal. Getting that first deal and getting offered the first contract is a little bit surreal, but yeah, I love being around the place.
We know your attitude though. I imagine the hard work very much starts now. How important is it to attack that with a good mindset, I suppose?
I was speaking to my dad earlier. I said it's a reset.
Yeah.
So start of the scholarship was a reset. Got really impressed with two new coaches. Going into the first team was a reset again. So no sort of thinking about the past, thinking about the scholarship. You got to just hit the ground running and hopefully with a good pre-season now being in and around it come the start of the season.
Absolutely. I mean, you've been in and around the first team for spells of last season as well in matchday squads. And how did you find that experience?
That was weird, to be fair. So starting the season, obviously there was a few injuries in the first team, and then getting on the bench for the Carabao Cup for the first time. I remember Dan ringing me. I was driving back and Dan ringing me and he told me, like, you're on the bench. I was like, what? I can't believe it. They got him, told my dad, and he broke down crying, bless him. But yeah, no, that was unbelievable. And then I think I was on the bench 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
Being in and around matchday squads, getting a feel for what that involves was a great experience for me.
One of them, you get a taste of it, you just want more of it.
Yeah, I was itching to get on.
Yeah.
I was sat on the bench. I really want to get on. Yeah, now I've got to buy my time, and hopefully that'll come in the next 2 years.
Away from the pitch as well, you obviously, there's highlight about the club, you won the BBC sort of Young Reporter Award. You talk very well about the pressures of academy football and, you know, obviously the statistics around youth players, not everyone does make it, sort of thing. That's something very important to you, isn't it? That it's clearly something that you've thought a lot about, and
yeah.
I imagine, you know, plays a big part in your life, knowing that, you know, the academy experience it's a tough one.
I think
a rewarding one.
A rewarding one. I think a lot of that's driven from my parents, really. They sort of highlighted at the start of when I joined and said you need to be like a well-rounded person.
Yeah.
So doing your education, making sure that that's sort of top tier. Doing an extra A level, and then furthering your opportunities as well. So that's sort of the reason I did it, just to add that extra bit. Because if football might not work out, yeah. I don't know in 5-6 years, maybe at the end of this year, you just don't know what will happen. So having that sort of the backup plan and the well-rounded sort of CV, if you know what I mean, to have that behind you, so you can go out into the real world and have something behind you rather than just I was a footballer.
Yeah.
So yeah, doing the BBC thing, doing another A level, doing my education, I think will stand me in good stead should this not work out, which I really hope it does, because I've been working towards it since I was 7-8 years old. Absolutely.
And I mean, you were named Scholar of the Season. It's an award chosen by the academy staff, and you know, in the video we put together, James Enzor, head of education, spoke about the extra A level you're doing, and Dan spoke about your education side of things as well. The academy put a lot of emphasis on that, don't they?
Yeah, it's if you're not doing your education, you're not playing.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Obviously, we're all aspiring footballers, so there can be a few problems with wanting to do your education and stuff. But yeah, the staff drive it to say, look, your education is sort of a priority for that backup plan, so that they know that not everybody in the system's going to be a footballer. So they ensure that as long as you've got your BTEC behind you, you've got your education behind you, you can then enjoy your football as well. That's what they drive probably most in the system.
Absolutely. Let's go back to on the field matters now. So let's talk a little bit about last season on loan at Mickleover. John McGrath, we know he expects a certain standard.
Yeah.
He's obviously picked that up from his time here under several managers, but just talk to us a bit about what that was like, playing at Mickleover, getting out playing men's football and hitting the ground running as you did.
Yeah, great experience. John McGrath, Macca, Gaffer, however you like to say it, was brilliant with me. He obviously centre mid, and I played most of my games at centre mid, so he sort of took me under his wing and was unbelievable in sort of helping me, telling me where I can maybe adjust my game, maybe more in the attacking sense as well. So sort of coming up through the ages, I've been more defensively minded. So he put me at sort of right of a diamond, and in centre mid, and said, look, go and express yourself, which meant I got 5 goals, 7 assists, I think, in sort of 23 games. So that was excellent. Had obviously Stuart Bevans there, who was again unbelievable in sort of helping me, guiding me. And I can name 4 or 5 lads who were unbelievable. I think Kemi played in the charity game a couple of weeks ago. Who was unbelievable as a centre mid as well. So all the lads were excellent with me. They know I'm a young lad. They know I've probably not got the experience that they've got in the game. But even then, sort of since day one, just took me under their wing. It was like I've been there for 2-3 years, which was good to feel sort of part of a team.
Yeah.
A proper men's team, which is playing in a league who were under pressure. They were 21st when I joined. In the sort of the depths of the relegation scrap. And then since the new year, we turned it around and put in some great performances.
Absolutely, and obviously John, when it leads you nicely on to the final question. John spoke to us about how he played you. He played you in central midfield, but wherever required, he played you at the back, on the right, middle, wherever he needed to put you. So how would you, for any Brewers fans who may not have seen any of the PDP games or seen Mickleover play, how would you describe yourself as a player to them?
I'd have to say versatile. I think, I filled in a couple of times at centre back. I played the first 4 games I played at right back. I can play holding. I can play a bit further up as well. So I'm quite a versatile player. I think my favourite's probably centre mid.
Yeah.
I like to get on the ball. I like to be sort of a bit of a breaking up the play, sort of starting attacks, giving the ball to people who can go and attack. So I think that's probably my ideal position. But I'd say I play where I'm told, really. I think I played 5 positions in total at Mickleover, and it all helped, really. They're all different positions, all different ways of playing, and it really added to my game, and it meant it's going to stand me in good stead, ultimately.
Absolutely. Ben, well said. Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations.
Thank you.